Morning, everyone. How we doing today? It is Saturday, September 12th, and just like every day, we are doing your daily financial news. Just a heads up, if you're watching this live, we will be doing our Q&A session at 8 a.m. I will be doing that from my computer because I want to be able to see all the text or chats or whatever you call them so we can go deeper into your questions. So if you have some real estate or investing questions, maybe something about economics, feel free to join. It will start up at 8 a.m. Pacific, and we will go for usually about 50 to 55 minutes. So should be a good time. If no one shows up, I'll just close it in 10 minutes. So we'll see what happens. So as of this morning's daily financial news, a couple of things. First and foremost, we are seeing, or I saw my first article about a whopping 34% increase in property taxes. If you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you know that I have been, I don't know, is warning the right word? Warning that our government, state and federal, certainly state, is going to need to raise taxes. Pretty much every state has a gap in their budget. Unlike the federal government, who can run a deficit, states need to run a balanced budget. So get ready for higher taxes. And property is a pretty good place for local governments. And again, 34% rise. This is in Nashville, Tennessee. It raised from 3.155% up to 4.221, or a whopping 1.066%. To put that in context, if you have a 250K home in Nashville, Tennessee, your property taxes went up just over $666 a year. My experience is property taxes don't go down very often. So what happened? Well, if you're a landlord, you just lost $50. Actually, what would that be? $55 in cash flow every month. So landlords, if you're investing in Nashville, Tennessee, you need to budget an extra $55 a month in property taxes. I think short term, as it usually happens, landlords lose. I see the cost or rent increases in the future, likely after this health crisis. But generally speaking, costs are passed on to the consumers, where in this case, the landlords are quote unquote the producers. So the producer, in this case, landlord, absorbs that cost short term, but you can expect rents to go up by probably $50 in Nashville, Tennessee. So this is something that is going to come far and wide. In fairness to Nashville, I just want to point out, I don't invest in Tennessee. This is from the Tennessean, I think was the paper. Nashville still holds one of the lowest property taxes in Tennessee. So even though they've increased property taxes 34%, which is mind-boggling to me, if you're in Tennessee, you're like, Nashville is still lower than I am. But again, this is a real estate channel. As I told you, the story is about Texas back in 08. Property taxes can go up every year. You can't plan for them. It's like a mortgage you can't pay off. And you just lost $55 a month per door. Ouch. All right, so that's that. Ouch. Tech stocks, I've been talking about tech stocks for a long time now, being in the nosebleed level. Looks like they had another rough week. Again, as an investor in tech, you really have one of three choices, right? Is this another buy the dip moment? Tech, at least the big techs, are down 10% roughly, right? The big six. Do you buy the dip and say on to the moon, trees grow to the heavens? Is this just a normal correction as we set ourselves up for what will be a better, I really think 2021 will be a better year As you've seen, I keep saying 2020's got more pain, but 2021 will be the American spirit kicking butt and taking names. But is the tech wreck just a normal correction and we just need to get through it? Or is this something ominous and it's time to get out of the way? And as someone put a price target on Tesla, I think of 180, right? Is there a lot more downside in tech? Again, don't have an opinion, but those are really the three choices, right? Buy the dip, things are going up, kind of a normal correction, let it do its thing. Or is it time to get out of the way? As for Las Vegas, I too just watched Brian Lebo's September report. I think it is interesting and actually had Vegas on the agenda today. So I was really glad that Brian Lebo put that out there. Him and I are actively trying to schedule a conversation. It might be this weekend, might be Monday. We'll see. But yeah, first off, headline number, Vegas set another record. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's now 332. That's 3 months in a row, record values. Crazy. And I've been doing this a long time. I don't get it. And then when he breaks down the segments like 0 to 250, 250, 500, whatever those 5 or 6 ratios are, which, oh, by the way, comes from a conversation he and I had about absorption, which is cool. I'm glad he's been doing that the last 3 or 4 months. It is interesting to watch all prices have absorption increase, right? When you look at the percentages. However, there's pain ahead, and I agree with Brian. Vegas is not in a good spot. It's just not. A couple of things I saw that made me look at Brian's video, again, from other sources. Serious delinquencies shot up in Vegas just this last month. Went from 1.7 to 5.3. Crazy. Nationally, just to put it in context, it went from 1.5 to 3.4. So again, the reason I've been looking at Vegas is I expected it to be peak pain and first. Lo and behold, looks like we are right. But just again, so we realize, because I get so many new investors or maybe investors who have 5 years or less experience, what I would like to remind you, right? Las Vegas today, serious delinquency 5.3%, up from 1.7. That sounds horrible. But let's remember the Great Recession, the financial collapse, whatever you want to call it. Do you know how bad serious delinquencies got in Vegas? Take a guess. Go ahead. Pause the video, take a guess, leave comment below. I'll wait a few seconds before giving you the answer. All right, you take a guess? 19.4%. Let's round that to 20%. 1 in 5 homes in Vegas was serious delinquent, which means 90 days late in the last crisis. We're at 5% today. 5. Couple of things. I keep reminding you, I keep telling you, but some of the new investors are not hearing me. Banks are treating this crisis different. The last crisis, banks said, we won't deal with you until you're 90 days late. That's how you get 1 in 5 homes delinquent. They are not doing it this time. It will not be this residential crisis. They will work with owners. They do not want inventory. They will put seconds at 0%. They will do whatever the hell they have to take back as little inventory as possible. To be clear, they're going to take some back, no question. But it ain't going to be this wave after wave after wave like last time. So let's be clear. What else do I got for you? First off, you gotta watch the market next week because we got a lot of IPOs, especially in the tech space. We got potentially Snowflake, Sumo Logic, GoodRx, Palantir, and what may happen because you got to buy those stocks with something. They may be selling Amazon and Facebook and Alphabet to raise cash so they can buy Snowflake, Sumo Logic, GoodRx, Palantir. Right, the money's got to be raised somewhere. So we could see some profit taking, right? Some selling of the ones that are the nosebleed level to raise cash for the other side. So realize that there are these IPOs coming. The capital's got to come from somewhere, so we could see some selling to raise cash for these IPOs. And then lastly, more examples of the K-shaped recovery. These numbers blew my mind this morning. More and more Americans are taking out personal loans. And in my mind, they are taking out personal loans to buy toys. Toys. These are adult toys, but they're still toys. Boats. People are buying boats. 355% increase in loans to buy boats year on year. That is mind-boggling. Motorcycles. 257% increase year on year to buy a motorcycle. RVs. 181% increase to buy RVs. And not to be outdone, the fourth largest increase in personal loans. This one, man, we're Americans. Cosmetic procedures. I'm guessing facelifts, tummy tucks, whatever. Up 67%. Folks, these things depreciate. They don't produce cash flow. They increase your monthly nut. Financial freedom is not achieved by buying stupid toys. Rent them. If you want to mark a birthday, a celebration, go rent them. 355% increase to buy boats. 257% increase to buy a motorcycle. 181% to buy RVs. And of course, 67% increase for cosmetic procedures. I don't know what to say. All right, well, that's the daily financial news for Saturday, March 12th. Again, lots of crazy stuff going on. I will shut down, and if you're going to come back for the Q&A session, about 18 minutes from now, and again, I do that from my computer, so the quality of the video is a little bit less. We will talk to you later. Bye-bye.